प्ययन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक् प्राणश्चक्षु श्रोत्रमथो बलमेन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मेस्तु तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Om. May all my limbs attain strength. May the body, mind, the sense organs, the motor organs, the life force, all become perfected. Everything is the absolute, one without second, existence itself. Let me never deny this truth of oneness. May this truth never reject me either. May all the virtues necessary to experience this truth in life be with me. Om. Peace, peace, peace. Let us feel the divine presence in and around the one reality. Let us try to feel all that we experience, including our body, mind, including our surroundings, the people, the sun, moon, stars, all is God. This universe is just visible, perceptible, experienced form of God. I am interacting with that one divine, all-pervading existence every moment. That is in me, around me, and everywhere. All the different actions, movements, big or small, they are all different expressions of this conscious, living, active divine. Om. Peace, peace, peace. So let us continue, dear friends, with the discussion, beginning with our opening chant. Janmadhyasya yatonvayaditarataschaर्थेष्वभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि. That from whom creation, sustenance and dissolution of the universe take place, who is both the instrumental and material cause of it, who is the omniscient, is the only one having self-mastery, being the one independent entity, who illumined the mind of Brahma with the Vedic revelation, whose wisdom is the wonder of even the greatest sages, in whom the world of the three gunas subsists, just as the combination of materials like fire, water and earth subsist in their cause without changing their elemental nature, in whose consciousness there is nothing false. On that truth supreme we meditate. So this is this truth, this Sada Nirasta Kuhakam, means the one whose illumination removes all darkness of ignorance. On that supreme truth we are meditating. That is the goal, that is what is to be achieved in life. Life is for that, to experience the supreme truth. We were seeing in our last class that the king Parikshit has been informed, told in answer to his question that look, it is not a moment to be wasted, and then begin the practice in the right earnest. It is important to begin the practice as the teacher instructs. There are the questions, the mind keeps on bringing the questions of the ultimate. Then what will happen? And then what will happen? If I realize God, then what will happen? Oh, what happens in the whole process is that we forget to do the spiritual practice by which we will get it. So therefore, let us begin that. that it is very important, friends, to keep aside all those too metaphysical questions and begin the actual practice. Let us first start very preliminary things to make our mind calm down. Let the body be calm down. All the ruffled sense organs, let them have some poise, and that is why it is told a firm seat in a congenial environment after going through the whatever you think is a good thing to purify, like take shower, chant some holy these hymns, and then yes, control the breath. It is what is called nadi shuddhi. Controlling breath means it has a purification component to it. That is, you see, all our thoughts, emotions get reflected in the breath, and therefore, if we keep the breath steady, the mind also has its that impact, and the mind too becomes calmed down. It is the feedback that our breath gives to the mind. And then use the syllable Om. And then next thing is using the discernment. And then we spoke about that there is the analogy of the chariot that is invoked here, that it is let the intellect, this is the analogy very elaborately described in Kathopanishad, and we have seen it a few times in various different contexts. Let us look at it, that there is this soul is out on a journey. It is that life is to be seen as going from ignorance to knowledge. That is a prayer that in Vedanta classes we many times do. Asato ma satgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityur ma mamritam gamaya. Please take me, means it is that, oh truth, oh Lord, there is it is not addressed to any particular being, at least so far as the verse goes, but it actually is an appeal to whoever it is. Help me, take me from this to that. From what? From the unreal to the real. From darkness of ignorance to light of knowledge. And from this pseudo existence where the death is always dancing around, from that to the true existence that never comes and goes, the existence itself. So, what we call Sat Chidananda, existence, consciousness, bliss, this is a journey from where we are to where we want to reach. And so this journey is undertaken in a chariot, a vehicle. Now, those days it was, the chariot was the most common vehicle used specifically in such context by very elite and wealthy people who can afford a very nice chariot and also can appoint a charioteer, and this charioteer has to be an expert person in handling the horses. So, seated in this, as the Kathopanishad describes, Atmanam Rathinam Vidhi Shariram Rathamevatu Buddhim tu Sarathim Vidhi Mana Pragrahamevacha. Consider yourself as the one who has got into this chariot on a journey, and this body means whatever you are seeing as you, that body is the chariot. Shariram Rathamevatu, body with all its these extensions and attachments, that is the chariot. And now you have boarded that. And buddhim tu sarathim vidhi, this buddhi, the intellect or the discerning faculty. It is not just brain but our discerning, decision-making faculty, who sees what is right and what is not right, what should be done and what should be avoided. It is what is right, what is wrong. All that the discerning faculty should expertly separate from the mixture. It is, we get a mixture of both presented as it were in our experience. There are things which are right and there are things which look like right but are not right. They are pleasant but not necessarily right. So to wean out the right from that which appears as right. Why I am saying appears as right is, if it appears as wrong, we really don't need the discerning power. If we see it as wrong, we will not go for it. But it comes mixed. It appears as right or mixed or appeals to our likes. And so we fail to see that it is wrong. So therefore this Sarathi or the charioteer, the buddhi, the faculty to discern, is very, very important. I was discussing in one email, a fairly lengthy email was sent to me by that cognitive psychologist, expert and scientist in that field, about after that what is this difference between the human beings and other organisms. His problem was that why the other organisms also have the faculties of language, not exactly like human beings, but all other things that human beings have, those organisms also can have in their own way. Then why the God realization is reserved only for human beings by scriptures? The one important point here is this faculty of discernment, that what is right and what is not right, as distinct from what is liked and not liked. For all the creatures whose life is based on just instinctive responses, there is no such availability for them what is liked is right, what is not liked is not right. That's it. The matters are very, very simple. And therefore, their lives are not really oriented towards a goal that we want to achieve in life. There isn't that kind of a deliberate planning that I have to do this, although there are drags which are making me, trying to make me go in the opposite direction. Human beings experience this, that there are drags. For example, in the present situation, there are certainly drags. Oh, let me go and and let all of we friends sit together and have a nice big party. We would like that, but no, this is the time when you have to practice social distancing. Keep distance, put on the masks, don't go out unless it is absolutely necessary. It is so human beings think like that, and then discern that although I like to go and hug all my friends and just mix with them, all that, I like that. I like that let us sit together in the school like children would be normally doing. Yeah, let us all sit together. And but although I like it, I know that that is not what I should do. It is not right. And therefore I suppress my liking and do whatever is right. Many do not do it using their faculty of discernment. They need to be forced by some external authority to do that. And that is why the government brings out orders, and then there is the punitive arrangement for violation of the orders. Then, okay, it is right, and moreover, if I don't follow it, well, I will be subjected to some unpleasant results. So, therefore, it is to be presented like that to human beings, and they do whatever is right by avoiding that which is not right. And this faculty is the most important thing in life to guide us. This Upanishad further continues that these horses that you see, the power, in our life we require power, but the power has to be controlled. So it continues, Indriyani hayanahu Vishayansteshu gocharan Atmendriya manoyuktam Bhoktetyahurmanishinaha. That look, the horses, the organs, they are these horses. They actually move, and they are controlled by this reins by the charioteer. Now, these reins are our emotions, the faculty of the mind. They control these horses. So, that is how this chariot runs. Now, the importance of this charioteer is expressed in 4 coming verses in Kathopanishad, that yastu avijnanavan bhavati, that it is if the charioteer is not mindful, doesn't know also, is ignorant or unmindful, then yastu avijnanavan bhavati ayuktena manasa sada tasyendriyani avashyani dushtasva iva sarathe. In the case when now the charioteer, the intellect, the discerning faculty is not vigilant, what happens? The horses become all unruly. Dushta unruly horses. And if the charioteer is mindful, then the things become different. That yastu vijnanavan bhavati yuktena manasa sada tasyendriyani vashyani sadashva iva sarathe. Very beautiful idea, friends, that if this discerning faculty is very vigilant, holds the reins, moves them exactly as needed, then that charioteer controls the horses, keeps them on the track, sadashva, that they are now good horses. Good means controlled. Bad horses means uncontrolled in this context, friends. So, and what happens? It says what will happen. You can easily see that the one whose charioteer cannot control the horses, put them right on the track, and does not even have the knowledge of the track, well, the chances that this person, the traveler, will reach the destination are almost not there. And the one whose charioteer is vigilant, they is controlling and guiding the horses properly, then yes, yastu vijnanavan bhavati samanaskah sada shuchihi. What happens if that person is thus always leading a pure life, sada shuchihi, because the discerning faculty is very vigilant, will not let it go here there. That person satu paramapnoti, that person reaches the ultimate. Yasmad bhuyo na jayate, reaches the destination, and thus now doesn't have to keep on roaming about because has arrived at the destination. So therefore, this is the conclusion that is summed up in the last verse of this analogy. Vijnana sarathirya mana pragrahavan naraha sodhvana paramapnoti tadvishno paramam padam. What a great idea that the one whose charioteer is very well informed, very firm, controls the horses, and thus what happens? You get to that destination. Who is the ultimate Tad Vishnoho Paramam Padam? You realize that absolute truth. So therefore this analogy is invoked here. Think of this, that now you are on a journey. So now what is to be done here? The control. What does it mean? that controlling the horses by discerning faculty means what? This discerning faculty is to make it go in the right direction, to stop it from going in the wrong direction. That is all that is to be done in life. By keeping the discerning faculty alive. And our understanding of right and wrong also goes on evolving as we practice it. It is just debating and argumenting about, hey, how this is wrong. If this is wrong, then what is that? Well, it is you understand according to your understanding of what is right and what is wrong. Do that which is right and avoid doing that which is wrong. It is, see, spiritual life is not the intellectual argumentative life at all. Therefore, this story of Parikshit is told that he is bent upon using the time. It is, we know that Sri Ramakrishna was very mindful about these things. That if somebody comes to him for argumentation on some points, he would just avoid. He would not. We read it in Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna that somebody asked the question that, have you seen God? Now we know the famous incident when Narendranath asked this question. And Sri Ramakrishna gave a very definite, very illuminating, very practical answer to that question. But Sri Ramakrishna saw that this scholarly person has come just for argumentation. And so he did not give. The question apparently is same. The words are same. But it is not the question that is important, not the words are important. The questioner behind these words, that is important. If the questioner's attitude is to engage Sri Ramakrishna in just useless argumentation, Sri Ramakrishna is not going to take that bait at all. Therefore, you read there, Sri Ramakrishna answers, well, who can ever see God? God, the scriptures say, God is beyond senses and speech. Is beyond avang manasa gocharam. It is beyond mind and speech. So how can anybody see? And then the scholar again tried to engage him in arguments. Sri Ramakrishna did not get into that. So one must remember this, that it is a matter of practically doing these things. Do whatever you understand. We all, as human beings, this faculty is with us. This is the difference. That otherwise we are like all other creatures. And well, these scriptures, Bhagavatam, is not told for their benefit. It is predominantly told, it is actually told only to human beings who have their humanity aroused to suppress the animal tendencies of running after the likes and not caring for whether it is right or not. So this discerning faculty is the characteristic of human beings, and therefore right in the beginning this has been invoked. Keep it sharp, focused, attentive, so that you will see what is right, what is not right. Gradually, friends, what happens is as we start doing it, this becomes our habit. Every situation that we are presented with, every time the mind will examine with this discerning faculty and then do that which is right. This becomes such an innate, nature with us to do that. That if it is right, yes. If it is not right, no. And because it becomes habit, we also are kind of creatures of habit. So develop good habit then, and develop that habit which is going to be helpful to us, that it is. Otherwise, I had seen some nice videos sent to me by somebody on WhatsApp, very nice, that it is well, if you keep on getting angry, then that will become nature. You will become so good at it that you will always be angry. Whatever you practice, then you will gradually get good at it. Like our Abhijit said that, well, first time it took me long, but next time I will do it quick, because you understand, you practice, the practice now has made your, you become more efficient. So as you practice, more and more practice makes one perfect, and so one attains perfection even in wrong things, and with wrong things we attain perfection. We get upset, that becomes nature, because we have been practicing of getting upset. So we become so good at it. We become so good at it for finding faults with others, blaming others, that, we do that. What I mean is this faculty of making a habit, let us put it to the right good use, friends. And it is up to us. Nobody else can do it, friends, for us. We have to cultivate these right habits. Like the habit, simple thing, say getting up early in the morning and sit for meditation. Not that it requires money to do that. No. It is a habit that one can easily cultivate. I mean, it takes some efforts, maybe depending on our the opposite habits. It may require efforts, say, to break the ice in the beginning, but then it becomes so smooth. So this is all these habits of using our faculty of discernment is to be inculcated through practice, and then we will become so good at that that we will make decision only after discernment, and if it is right. So this is the practice, this is the sadhana that one should conscientiously undertake. And now Shuka tells Parikshit that don't get bogged down by the obstacles. If you are on journey, the obstacles will be there. It is these opposing things will come in your journey. Do not get upset with those. Lots of things, different thoughts, all those different images will start stirring up in mind. When I sit for meditation, all those nonsensical thoughts start coming into the mind. So therefore I have stopped meditating. Oh, what a big mistake one can make in that. All those thoughts were there. By meditation, you are able just to see that. It is earlier they were there, but since you were not invoking that discerning faculty, they were just coming and going without your being noticed. So let those things come. There are in Vedanta Sar and other such books, there are these obstacles told, and everybody will have those. It is only somebody like, say, of the such a pure mind like Sri Ramakrishna will not have much of them. But otherwise, everybody will have to go through these phases of struggle. So do not worry about it. It is that is how it is to be undertaken. One obstacle that is told is that one, while meditating, the mind falls asleep. Mind, brain, body, everything you take for meditation. And then it happens many times when we are many meditating together. Then suddenly one starts hearing. Now the person has fallen asleep while meditating. But that doesn't, it happens. Whenever you are doing it, is the brain is not used to that extent to meditate, and therefore it is a new path that is being created in our brain. New synapses are getting formed, and so there is some resistance. And so one expression of that resistance is that it falls asleep. Don't worry about it. Then there is you just feel tired. The mind does not go to sleep, but stops thinking, that's all. Stops meditating. It is not asleep. But so many other thoughts keep on coming. The meditation is not happening. So, okay, that also happens. Persist. That then there is suddenly various desires come up that make you get up from your seat of meditation. And nothing is that important, but suddenly there is an impulse. Let me just go and listen to what the president has to say about the coronavirus. Is it to be heard right now? Can it not wait? What does it matter if you hear it after 2 hours, or even if you don't hear it? It is so. These many such desires come. That yes, there is a very nice that dish that is to be eaten, and if I let it just sit like that, it will get cold. It doesn't taste good when it is cold. So let me first eat that and then do. Oh, I have been thinking about a lot of my grandchild. Let me call that grandchild, talk to, because otherwise my mind will keep on running there. So do not fall prey to these things. With determination, try to hold on. And even if one fails, one may say, well, I tried, doesn't work. Well, even if it fails, persist. gradually you will learn to overcome those things. It is a matter of determined, long standing practice, friends. It is the obstacles are going to be there. It is even a child studying, say, for kindergarten, feels some difficulty. No, I don't understand it. No, I don't like it. But then, if therefore the child stops schooling completely, well, what will happen you can imagine. So, similarly, these obstacles, let us remember, will come. It is not that they are coming just to you. That is why even a pure soul, just at the doorstep of death, he is also told the obstacles will come, because it is not just for that king, but it is for all of us, friends, that these obstacles are bound to come. Don't pay heed to those. Continue, continue, continue. So, and then as you progress, there will be this now, okay, yes, but how should I meditate? This is the question of King Parikshita. The next question that he asks, that okay, got it, but on what should I meditate? What should I hold on my mind to? This is, friends, a very, very interesting question. On what should we meditate? It is the Guru tells us that what is to be, how to meditate, and all that. But this is a very interesting idea, and that is that this is of God. That whatever we are seeing is nothing but God. The king asked these questions. That this technically is called dharana. That the terms come like pratyahara and dharana. That it is the pratyahara, and we will read it in the answer about it. That the king, they ask that how is dharana practice. Dharana means to hold. That we see this question is a very pertinent question. That we try to meditate, but anything, any thought that we try to hold on to, it slips away. It does not for a long time sit there. If we are asked to say meditate on a form by the teacher, it slips off. For a minute or less, we are able to somehow hold on to it, and then it is unconscious to us. It just goes away. And oh, where is the God that I was supposed to meditate on? I had it right here. That form that the Guru has told me, my chosen ideal that the Guru has told me to hold on to, it has slipped off. And so, how to hold on to that? One of my mentors told me about it. I said, well, the mind is not getting purified, though I have been meditating every day, morning, evening, and so still, what is? So he said, well, are you able to hold the Lord in your heart? If you are not able to do that, it will not happen. You have to keep on practicing to hold it there. So as you can hold it, then you see that it has its tremendous impact on life. So, but then on what should we meditate? That is another question. It is, these are they on what? They objects in the world we cannot hold our mind on because they are fleeting objects, and so they will keep on changing from one to another. So, what object should I meditate so that it will remain stable there? And so, one has to find the object that does not uh, move, that does not change. That object is to be, one should try to hold on to. Any other object, howsoever dear it may be, for a time it may be your mind will hold on to that, but it will slip away, because that is the nature of that object also, to go away. So we have to connect our chosen ideal to something, to that which does not go away, the God which is ever present everywhere. And then it evolves. It has to be the according to the stage that a person is, that object of meditation has to be seen. It is a very important idea here. It is, as I am my spiritual stage of evolution, so will be the object that I can hold on to. It is, and then therefore Parikshit asks, on what should I concentrate? How does it? So this is how now. That how does it help to overcome the weakness and impurities? A very practical question. Suppose when I meditate now, is there a connection between what I meditate and it's the purification process that happens then? So the sage starts explaining this, that the sage tells, having accomplished a proper posture, steadying the breath, control of the organs, this is technically called asana, pranayama, and pratyahara. That then one should meditate on the gross form of the Lord. This universe, observed by the external bodily sense organs, is the grossest of the gross form of the Lord. Now here the word gross does not is not in a bad connotation. It is a very important thing, because that is what we are accustomed to see. We see, perceive with our brain, mind, sense organs this universe. This is names and forms. Talking big that, well, I want formless God. Then you should learn to have formless food. You should learn to talk to formless people. It is, you should get beyond your form. You should be able to think of yourself as beyond form. Then alone one is qualified to think of God beyond form. Otherwise, we are tremendously constrained by our that stage, that we are not able to think without form, without names, and thus therefore our God also will be by compulsion. It has to be like that, although It is good to think that it is my limitation. God doesn't have that limitation. But because of my limitation, I can think of God only as a gross universe. But let me think of that as all pervading. Everything in the universe is that. This is a great imagery, and yeah, whatever they I see, it is just an aspect of God. God is manifesting as sun, moon, stars, morning, evening, all the people, all the things that I see, this my body, and all that. That is all actually God. This is the gross form of God. And so, whenever, as we come, have in interaction with the world, let us see that this is the form of God. This is a meditation, friends. The meditations that the scriptures teach is twofold. And I love that idea very much. A meditation that you do sitting, very good. But it should not just be limited to that. Sitting, yes, meditate deeply, think of it at great depth. But then when you are interacting with people, with the world, with your body, it is, say you are taking shower. Think of it that this is the God that is getting showered by another aspect of God. It is that is, you can think of everything like that as God in various different forms. So this is a way of meditation. This is the gross form of God. So this is what we see forms, we see matter. Therefore, the scientists say, well, all is just matter. That's it. Energy and matter. It is all that is all that is. Okay, that is what your perception is. That is, think of that as God, unified. But that is the gross form. The matter or energy, both gross means whatever one can perceive through our sense organs and brain, that is the gross. So it is therefore that is the gross form of God. And so now think of that. That is the gross form of Vishnu. Vishnu is that. The word Vishnu is very beautiful word. Vishnu is not a particular name of God, but Vishnu means that which pervades everything. That is the etymology of this word Vishnu. Vishli, Vyaptatvat. The meaning of Vishnu that comes from that root, Vish, means to pervade, to spread. So Vishnu is that which is all pervading. So that is the God. Let us feel that presence all around. That is what Shuka tells King Parikshit. So we shall discuss the advice that is being given next. It is very beautiful. that he tells it will be difficult for us to go through each and every of those all those verses, but that imagine the sun to be the gods eyes are like sun and moon. Imagine that all these seven upper worlds, including the Swarga, Apavarga, all those, they are the upper limbs of the God. They all the lower and these regions which are the dwelling places of the demons and other bad characters, think of that as the lower limbs of God. So think of all this as a God manifesting. It is in this form. So we shall try to see that in our next class. So for now we will take a break after chanting this concluding mantra. निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं शुकमुखादमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुर्मुहुः रसिका भुवि भावुकाः. O devotees, quaff, quaff, to intoxication, this nectar of the fruit of the tree of Vedas, flowing from the mouth of the great sage Shuka, and mixed with the ambrosia from his words. So let us meditate for 30 seconds on these themes. And in case you have some comments, questions, we shall look into them. Yes, please. No questions? Huh? Okay, so very good. So we finish early today since there are no questions. So let us do the last chant. Mukunda Madhava Govinda Bol Keshava Madhava Hari Hari Bol. Mukunda Madhava Govinda Bol Keshava Madhava Hari Hari Bol. Hari Hari Bol, Hari Hari Bol. Krishna Krishna Bol, Krishna Krishna Bol. Krishna Krishna Bol, Krishna Krishna Bol. Mukunda Madhava Govinda Bol Keshava Madhava Hari Hari Bol.